Okay, well now we're going to go through the introduction to the questions of 12C. This is working out the unknown side of a triangle. So the first thing we need to do is draw a figure. And lucky for me, my figure's already there, but you need to sketch the diagram. The next thing we need to do on our figure is start putting in our facts. So we need to put in our facts. So our facts are, for these sort of questions, is labeling the sides and then understanding what that means. So first thing, always put in the hypotenuse first. So hypotenuse is opposite the right angle. There's our marked angle because it's got the number in it. So that side down there is going to be our opposite side. So that means that one there is going to be adjacent. Next we identify which sides we're going to deal with. So we're dealing with this side and we're dealing with that side. So we're dealing with opposite and hypotenuse. So remember I told you about SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA. And so what we're looking for is the bit where we've got opposite and hypotenuse. So we've got opposite and a hypotenuse already mentioned in there. So that means we're going to be using that part of SOHCAHTOA. So this is where we write in our formula. So that formula is now going to be sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. So now we've got our formula in there. We now need to do our find it section. So our find it is about substitution. So I'll put find it over the next, oops, delete that bit. Find it there because I want to keep my question going down. So now we're going to substitute. So we're going to have sine, and so the angle there is 61 equals, now our opposite side was x, and our hypotenuse is 9.6. So there we have our find it section. So now we've got to continue on with our find it section. We have here divide by 9.6. So the opposite of dividing by 9.6 is timesing. So we're going to have 9.6 times by sine 61 equals x. So therefore x equals, and so this is where we need to use our calculator. So on our calculator, we make sure our calculator is in degrees. So to do that, we hit Shift Setup, and in this particular one I've got to go down to degrees. On yours, I think it's number 3, and I'll just make sure that's in degrees. And now I can put in my question. So I've got 9.6 times by sine 61. This equals, and I get 8.39. We always go, generally these questions here ask us to go to hang on, let's find out what it says in the question. 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures means we have 3 numbers. So that means in this particular question we're going to have 2 decimal places. So my answer for this one here is going to be 8.40. Because if you look at it, this is where we want to go to. That's the number we look at. That's 5 and above, so 9's got to go up 1. Next number up from 9 is 0, which means we've got to go up next one there. So that's that first one done. Now we need to just go through our fix-it process. So fix-it, what we notice up here is our units are in centimetres, so we need to make sure we include centimetres at the end. So that is how we go through using the 5 F's and solving this problem. So let's look at another example. Here, find x rounded to 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures again. So again, the first step is to label our diagram. So here's our figure. So first thing you're going to do is draw your figure in your book, and we're going to write our facts onto our figure. First part of our facts for these type of questions is label our diagram. So that's going to be our hypotenuse because that's opposite the right angle. Then our marked angle is down this point. So we're going to go over here, and that's going to be our opposite side. So this one here is going to be our adjacent side. But now we've marked our triangle, we can then look at it and go, okay, what do I need? Well, I need the adjacent, and I need the opposite. So again, we look at SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA. So we go through there, and this one here is opposite and hypotenuse. Don't need that. Adjacent and hypotenuse. Well, we don't have hypotenuse, to cancel those two out. But we've got now opposite and adjacent. So we need this one here. So that's going to be our formula we need. So now we're going to write, whoops, must remember put the pens down. Now we need, so now we can write our formula. So that's going to be tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. So we've got our formula. So now we can find it. So tan, so our number there is 41 equals, our opposite side is 7.8 and our adjacent side is x. So our x now is on our bottom line. So we need to work out a way we can get that onto the top line. So what's the opposite of dividing by x? The opposite of dividing by x is timesing by x. So we're going to have x tan 41 equals 7.8. What's the opposite of timesing by tan 41? It's going to be dividing. So I got 7.8 divided by tan 41. Again, we next go to our calculator. On our calculator, oops, just get rid of that ink from last time. So I put 7.8 divided by tan 41. That gives me there an answer of 8.972. So 2 is less than 5, so it stays the same. So therefore, x equals 8.97. So x equals 8.97. Let's put my decimal point in a little bit bigger. 8.97. So now we're up to the last step here, which is to fix it. We go up the top here, and we notice our units are in meters. So we need to make sure we include meters. So x there is going to be 8.97 meters. So that is the way, using the 5Fs, that we go through and solve each of those questions.